Hi there! This is Sally's Book Talk. Tune in daily for global bestsellers curated just for you. Hi everyone, I'm Sally. Today I'll be breaking down the classic bestseller, The Tipping Point by American author Malcolm Gladwell. The original English title, Tipping Point, refers to that critical threshold where quantitative changes lead to qualitative transformation. Its subtitle, How Little Things Can Make a Big Difference, explores how minor adjustments create massive impacts, like the proverbial last straw that breaks the camel's back. Let's start with a seemingly minor event from the American Revolutionary War. On April the 18th, 1775, a stable boy in Boston overheard British officers saying, "We'll teach those Americans a lesson tomorrow." He immediately rode north to inform silversmith Paul Revere. Revere took this seriously, having heard similar rumors that day. Meanwhile, increased boat traffic around British warships in Boston Harbor suggested imminent action. That morning, British sailors were spotted rushing ashore, clear signs of major military preparations. At 10 p.m., Revere mounted his horse to spread the alert through surrounding towns. He covered 13 miles in 2 hours, sounding the alarm at every stop. At each town he alerted militia leaders, "The British are coming," urging them to spread the message further. The warning spread virally, triggering alarms across the region. By 9 a.m. next morning, even remote Ashbytown had received the alert. When British troops attacked Lexington on April the 19th, they found prepared militias ready to counterattack. The British surprise attack backfired spectacularly. This historic defeat became known as the shot heard round the world at Lexington. This skirmish escalated into a full-blown war, now famously known as the American Revolutionary War. Paul Revere's Midnight Ride remains history's most iconic example of viral information spread, urgent news traversing mountains and mobilizing forces with unprecedented speed. Meanwhile, another revolutionary, named William Dawes, rode west, attempting similar warnings. But his midnight ride failed to gain traction. Why did Revere's warning go viral while Dawes didn't? Let's break it down. Revere had the perfect trifecta: connector, maven, and salesman. He knew who to alert and how to make people believe. Dawes lacked the social capital, an ordinary man riding through towns without knowing key contacts. People didn't grasp the urgency from his warnings, resulting in inaction. Second factor, Revere's message, "The British are coming," was brilliantly sticky, concise, and emotionally charged. This memorable phrase spread like wildfire because it tapped into existing colonial tensions. Third element, timing. The nighttime setting amplified urgency. At night, people were home, asleep, easier to locate, and more receptive to urgent news. A daytime warning might have been lost in daily commotion. These three elements, sticky message, key influencers, and perfect context, created the perfect storm. These are Gladwell's 3 rules of social epidemics: law of the few, stickiness factor, and power of Kenchuk. Don't worry if these terms sound jargony. I'll explain them in plain English coming up next. The law of the few refers to key influencers, connectors, mavens, and salesmen who carry and spread information. The stickiness factor means creating memorable information that leaves lasting impressions. In English, we call this stickiness. The power of Kenchuk emphasizes leveraging environmental conditions to facilitate viral spread. Let's use disease transmission as an analogy to understand this model better. Ever wonder how infectious diseases spread? Infectious diseases are caused by pathogens transmitted between humans, animals, or both. Most pathogens are microorganisms, some are parasites. Transmission occurs through direct contact, contaminated objects, or vectors like air water. What three elements enable disease transmission? The answer: source of infection, transmission routes, and susceptible populations. Pathogens mirror sticky information. Susceptible groups represent key influencers. Transmission routes equate to environmental context. Disease transmission and product adoption follow similar patterns. The difference: we contain diseases but cultivate product trends. Why do connectors, mavens, and salesmen drive trends? Connectors are social super spreaders. They remember names, build rapport instantly. They thrive in social settings, maintaining extensive networks. Remember Revere, his silversmith connections made him the obvious alert recipient. Real-world connectors operate across multiple domains, attending salons, Toastmasters clubs, effortlessly building cross-industry connections with social circles 4 or 5 times larger than average. They master weak ties, relationships beyond family, classmates, colleagues, or hometown acquaintances. In digital spaces, influencers and Cole's key opinion leaders wield similar connective power. Why do social apps go viral? Let's examine. Contact chunking helps you discover existing connections using the same platform. These apps recognize our desire to expand networks beyond immediate contacts. They periodically prompt, "Do you know this person?" gradually expanding your digital circle. This explains how alumni groups quickly reassemble entire classes online. This phenomenon aligns with 6 degrees of separation theory. The theory suggests any two strangers connect through less than or equal to 6 intermediaries. It demonstrates the power of weak ties in social networks. In Canada, casual coffee meetups, often Dutch treat, create low-pressure networking opportunities. Many secure jobs through these weak tie connections. Not everyone's born to be connectors, but we can optimize existing networks. Pro tip: always note context on contacts. Where met, alumni connections, or shared hometowns. Effective networking means identifying those T-nodes in your social graph. Remember, strategic connectors bridge entire communities. These key individuals are the connectors described in the book. We must strategically manage these relationships. What value do connectors provide? Essentially, they provide access to expanded networks. Now let's examine mavens, the knowledge experts, who understand everything. They possess exceptional analytical skills to dissect and explain complex subjects. What value do mavens contribute? They bring specialized expertise and credibility. The law of the few play a crucial role in Instagram's viral growth. Professional photographers were Instagram's early adopters and advocates. Photographers needed better mobile tools. Their superior content became viral fuel. McKinsey methodology emphasizes leveraging existing expertise through expert interviews. Someone somewhere has already solved your problem. Find them through strategic networking. The book shares marketing professor Price's interview with a coffee market expert. I track commodity prices religiously, like when Brazilian frost impacted coffee yields, the expert recalled. Bought 40 cans at $2.79 per 3 bales. Now worth $6 each, he grinned, clearly proud of his foresight. True mavens exhibit 2 traits: obsessive dedication, remembering exact prices from decades ago, and proactive knowledge sharing. Mavens bring inherent credibility through their expertise. Their authority speaks volumes. But many experts drown listeners in jargon. Brilliant minds trapped in technical speak. That's why we need salesmen. The mind of translators who make expertise accessible. Top insurance agents exemplify this. They simplify complex concepts through relatable stories. Salesmen radiate energy. Master communicators using voice modulation and purposeful gestures. Their superpower transforming skepticism into trust through strategic framing. Now, let's examine the stickiness factor, creating unforgettable messages. Sticky ideas need mobile hosts, like viruses riding human vectors or dandelion seeds catching wind. 3 keys to stickiness: simplicity, vivid imagery, and emotional resonance. Like the Chinese proverb, even a pig can fly in a windstorm, visualizing opportunity's power.
The blind sign case study. I'm blind, please help. BS. It's a beautiful day, I can't see. Latter increased donations 10x.
The latter version resonates emotionally. Textbook stickiness in action. Amplify stickiness through volume and repetition. MLK's I Have a Dream. Used brilliant anaphora. Summarizing key points every 5 minutes in speeches. Classic sticky technique. Environmental power. Front row students rarely text. Back row vigilance drops. Context rules. Behavior.
Immigrant kids lose accents. Deaf children speak. Peer environment overrides parental influence.
Like ancient wisdom, nurture trumps nature. Critical mass triggers. Social domino effects. Broken windows theory. Unrepaired damage invites chaos. Fix fundamentals to maintain order.
Bystander effect experiment. 75% help when alone. vs 38% in groups. Responsibility diffuses.
At specific people, in we talk groups for faster replies. Combat responsibility. Dilution. The rule of 150 Dunbar's number. Consudo limit for stable social connections. Military units, squads 10-12. Platoons 30-40. Companies 90-120 opachid command chains. Channel capacity. Brain's bandwidth limits. Overload causes system failure. The human neocortex can maintain stable relationships with about 150 people, our biological friend limit. 150 is the social tipping point. Win one person's favor and you access their entire network. Control information spread to avoid cognitive overload. Effectiveness plummets beyond capacity. Broken windows theory. Fix environments to curb chaos. Bystander effect. Assign clear roles to combat apathy. 3 laws of epidemics. Law of the few. Connectors. Mavens. Salesmen. Stickiness factor. Power of Tentumt. Contain social epidemics like diseases. Control sources. Block transmission. Protect vulnerable groups. Create trends strategically. Leverage experts, connectors, sticky slogans within conducive environments. Find the tipping point. The world seems static until that crucial nudge changes everything. This is Sally, signing off. Study notes below. See you tomorrow.